Is it possible to have a favorite Steve Perry solo album? I don't know, but I'll tell you what I think coming right up. Hello, everybody. Gary Stuckey here. Welcome back to another episode of Steve Perry News. And before I get started, I want to invite you to go over to my friend Kiki's page on YouTube, Kiki Classic Rock. She interviews all kinds of people. She talks about Steve Perry. She loves Steve Perry, like we do, right? She's awesome. Uh, and she has her own radio station, Kiki.fm. Check that out. But like I said, interviewing all kinds of people. And recently she interviewed Lou Gramm. You know, Lou Gramm of Foreigner, one of my all-time favorites. And she was talking to him, and he mentioned something about Steve Perry that has to do with them two singing together. I won't give it away. I'll ask you to go check out Kiki Classic Rock on YouTube, her recent video with Lou Gramm. Check it out. You'll love it. And talking about the Steve Perry solo albums, can you have a favorite? And I thought about that. I've seen people posting online, you know, what is your favorite Steve Perry solo album? And I think even recently when Traces came out, I may have said that was my favorite. I'm not sure. And of course, at the time, you know, it was brand new and you hadn't heard from Steve in all those years. So of course it would be your favorite for that reason. But let's go back a little bit, you know, to Street Talk in 1984. You know, Steve was still with Journey. They were very popular, probably the peak of Journey's career overall with Steve, you know, around 1984, selling out stadiums and selling millions of albums, just going crazy. And Steve does his solo album, and the songs were very upbeat, you know, and had a lot of R&B and soul flavor to them, you know, and pop sounds, and a little bit different than Journey, the normal Journey sound. Even though I think Neil Schon said it kind of sounded like it, it had a different sound, but it was very upbeat, you know, and a feel-good album, you know. And of course, the songs "Oh Sherry" and "Foolish Heart," you know, were hits, big hits, and probably one of my favorite songs on there, "Captured by the Moment," you know, was a different type song. Steve's voice was a little bit different, a little bit deeper, and just, you know, but overall, a great album. And it was his first, so of course, you know, it was going to be a lot of people's favorite, right? It was the first one, and for all these years, it's been in their hearts, and it's the oldest. So, of course, I can see why a lot of people say that's their favorite. Then, of course, For the Love of Strange Medicine in 1994, you know, this was after Steve left Journey and after his mom passed away and after some of the things in his life happened. You know, the album, it's got some upbeat songs, but, you know, it has a lot of sadness to it. Kind of, you know, I wouldn't say sad, but just slower songs. And just, I think this album makes you think a lot about things. And, you know, just, you know, you better wait and stand up before it's too late. It's kind of like it's giving you advice, you know. But the Donna Please and the, you know, Anyway, and which is about, you know, Journey, has like a sad feel, you know. Even For the Love of Strange Medicine and songs like that, Tuesday Heartache, it's just got a somber kind of sound, you know, to a lot of it, in a different writing style, if you notice. But I think what sets it apart from the first album of Steve's, you know, Street Talk, is this is more, it's got more, I guess, of a, I don't know, a band sound with a polished sound. Kind of strays away from that R&B sound, but more of a rock, you know, straightforward kind of sound. But and to me, overall, I think it's better than Street Talk as far as the music. Now, I can't say like the actual songs are better or, but it's a different style of singing. But the music, the musicians on there, of course, especially Lincoln Brewster on guitar, it's just more, it just seems more of a band feel than Street Talk, and it just sounds like has a tighter sound to me, you know, and it was a great album, and like I said, the first one after all those years. And then of course, fast forward to 2018, we waited years for Traces. And the songs, a lot of them were about Kelly, and it gave it a somber kind of a theme. And even though the songs were great, it was hard to get that out of your mind, that Kelly passed away. And it was really, brought tears to your eyes. The songs, though, awesome, right? And some upbeat songs, like Sunshine's Gray. And Noah Racing, of course, is upbeat. And this song kind of is like a reflection album, of all the things in his life, whether it's talking about Journey or talking about Kelly or just talking about, his childhood. There's some traces of his life in there, and it just reflects. And for the most part, some people say this is a sad album, but I believe For the Love of Strange Medicine had just as many sad or slow songs as Traces. And the thing really, though, that set it apart was the 5 additional songs on the bonus tracks, right? Like Could We Be Something Again? And, that just boosted it up, and all those songs are great. But the 5 bonus tracks, though, to me, it just took it up a few notches. And I guess that's why, if you had to ask me my favorite Steve Perry solo album, I'd say Traces, but by this much. But I love it. What's your favorite? Let me know. And whatever you do, don't stop believing. This is Gary Stuckey. God bless you.